Hello everyone, this is Satyajit Patnaik and welcome back to my channel, and today's topic is going to be the EDA on churn analysis. Now this is a part 2 of this particular project series, and in the last video you have already seen what exactly is churn analysis, what is the business understanding of churn analysis, because business understanding plays a very vital role. Without understanding the business problem, without understanding what the company is aiming for, why are we retaining the customers and all these things, your data analysis and model building will not help you much, right? So business understanding plays a very vital role, and I hope you have already gone through that. You already know what is what basically is churn analysis and all those things. So today's topic is more of the EDA process, exploratory data analysis. I might not take Python to do this EDA steps, but I will be using Power BI. But before getting into EDA, in case you are new to EDA, you don't know anything about EDA, you can probably go ahead and check out my video on my channel. I think I leave the link in the top right of the video so that you can go through that particular video, because that video is around 2 hours of uh, I think 2 hours in length, and it explains everything about EDA, what is EDA and all these things. Today's topic, again, I will be explaining you in bits and pieces about EDA. I'll not go very in depth into that, and more of this particular problem statement EDA we will be doing. Okay, so we will be analyzing the customer, telecom customer data, and then we'll see what are the characteristics of the good customers and the people who have left. Okay, now moving ahead from I'm just quickly going through this particular file. I'll not explain you in depth. As I already told you, I have already explained it. So EDA is an approach to analyze data sets to summarize their main characteristics in form of visual methods. It could be bar chart, it could be stack chart, it could be pie chart, anything visually you can just see and understand. Okay, this is what the data is telling us, right? EDA is nothing but a data exploration technique to understand various aspects of the data. The main aim of ADA is to obtain confidence in a data to an extent where we are ready to engage a machine learning model. Now, just to let you know, guys, that EDA is one of the most important steps in a machine learning pipeline activity, or in a machine learning project, or in a data science project. And this process, this EDA steps, has to be done by the data analyst. If you are looking out for a business analyst role, however, you will not be going very depth into the EDA part, as it's the job of a data analyst, but somehow you will also be involved in this phase so that you understand what the data is telling you, right? So that you can interact with the business stakeholders, with the clients and all these things, right? So there are different techniques to go for EDA processes, different ways to do. For example, handling missing values, handling outliers, analyzing the categorical variables, numerical variables, which type of visualization chart to be used in which scenarios you have, because there will be a lot of data, right? And in the dashboard you might not be able to show the entire data set, right? So you have to show the important graphs or important columns which is giving you more information. So how to do that? Only when you perform the ADA, then you will have an understanding. Okay, my gender is playing a vital role. Let's say original data had 50-50 ratio of male and female, but the people who have left the company, 70% of them are males. That means males are more likely to leave the company. So you will show that, okay, this is the gender distribution for the churners, male are in 70 percentage. So this is all about ADA, right? Visualization: easily analyze the data and summarize it, easily understand the features of the data, help to find the trend or pattern of the data, help to get meaningful insights from the data. Moving ahead, these are some of the data visualization charts. I'll not go through each one of them, but I'll do one thing. I'll leave this document as a deliverable so that you can go through this document later on. Okay, these are various steps of EDA. Of course, the text is not visible, but yeah, this is steps involved in EDA. So data sourcing. So first step is data collection. You need to know where your data is, how to collect the data. Then comes your data cleaning and data pre-processing. is basically the second step. After your cleaning is done, then comes your data visualization. Data visualization, as in you need to do your categorical analysis and numerical analysis. In categorical analysis, there will be univariate analysis, bivariate, multivariate. Again, in numerical analysis, there will be correlation. There will be a lot of things as well, right? And then comes your derived metrics. What is derived metrics? For example, you have age. There is a column called as age, 25, 30, 31, 32, 40, 80. There are a lot of values. Now if you create a graph, you will not be able to understand what the age thing is giving me, like, because there are a lot of numbers in your x-axis, right? So what we do is we create a matrix out of it. Let's say what I do is I create bins out of it, age bins. 0 to 20, 1 bin. 21 to 40, 41 to 60, 60 plus. So there are 4 bins created, and now if you visualize the data, it will like, at least you will get some idea. Okay, this is how it is done. So derived metrics are some, these are basically the terminologies used for the metrics which are derived from your previous features. Okay. Okay, I'll not talk about these things. Some of the important steps involved is handling missing values, standardization of the data, outlier treatment, and handling invalid values. Again, I'm speaking that I already have an end-to-end EDA session on my channel. Just go through my channel. You will find the link in the description also, but in case I forget, but what you can do is just search for exploratory data analysis and use my name as a keyword, and you will get the videos. It's a 2 hours video and you will get it. So moving ahead, there are a lot of topics which I have covered in that video. I'll not go through all these things today, because today we are going to perform EDA on our telecom dataset. And again, I'm not going to use Python. I'm going to use Power BI because it's a end-to-end data analyst and a business analyst project, right? So let's get started. Just giving you a hint that we need to do categorical analysis. We need to do numerical analysis. In short, as this is a telecom churn data, that means some people are active, some people have left the system, right? Let's say out of 1000 records, 800 are still active, but 200 have left the system. If your manager tells you that, hey, can you analyze the data and tell me what are the insights you are getting, which will help us to create a predictive modeling, like predictive model, which will predict whether a new customer is going to churn or not churn, something like that. So our main task is to analyze the churners, people who have churned. We need to analyze what is their characteristics. Are they more males? Are they more females? Are they more having monthly contract? Are they more having a yearly contract, and all these things, right? So basic thing is going to be getting the data, of course. I will just choose the data. I'll give you all these things as deliverables, don't worry. So the data is getting loaded here. Okay, now once your data is loaded, you will see this particular screen. Again, I'm not going to explain you about Power BI. I assume that you already have knowledge on Power BI. Again, I'm telling that in case you don't know anything about Power BI, go back to YouTube, just search Power BI Satyajit. You will get the video and go through it. 3 hours of session, 3 hours of Power BI video, you will have like intermediate level of understanding. Okay, in case you want full understanding on Power BI and Tableau, just to let you know that iNeuron is launching one of the business analytics and data analytics program, which is starting from this Saturday. So you can enroll for that. That includes everything. I'll try to leave the course details in the description as well in case you're interested, but I'm not it's not a compulsion, but it's up to you, right? It's a cost effective program, and yes, I'll be the trainer for that. So this is basically one screen where it is showing this is how the data looks like. And now you can see there are two options, one is load and one is transform data. Transform data is nothing but in case you want to change the data. Let's say uh, for example, let's say you want to change females to zeros and males to one. That means you are performing label encoding. So you will have to go to transform data. You are doing some null values. You want to delete the null values. You want to replace some values. Any kind of transformation you want to do to the data, you can go to transform data. Okay, I don't want to transform the data, so I'm not going. But yeah, let's go and let's show you how the Power Query editor looks like. So this is the Power Query editor, and it is also told to be the heart of Power BI. Okay, so a lot of things can be done here. You can see, let's say you want to choose some columns. Let's say you just want to ignore some columns. Let's say I don't want customer ID. So what I will do, I'll go to choose columns. I'll just deselect it. Once I click on OK, you can see this right part. A new step will be added here. Okay, let me click on OK. You can see removed other columns. So any kind of transformation you do, all your steps will be logged. Let's say I want to replace 0 with young and 1 with senior. 0 with young. Okay. Okay, it's throwing error. It's good that it is throwing error. Why it is throwing? Because this is an integer field. Let me cancel it. So here first I need to change it to text. Okay. Again, if I click on this, a new step will be created here. You can see change the type text. Now I'll click on replace. I'll click 0 young. Okay. And everything is young. Now I'll click on 1 old and everything will be old. Let's say you committed some mistake and you want to rectify it. You just have to delete these steps. Okay. So I don't want all these things. I'm just deleting everything. Okay. So once your transformation has been done, a lot of things are there. Replacing merge queries. Let's say you are dealing with 2 tables, right? So you can use this merge query option. Of course, it is not visible here, but you can when you start working on Power BI, you will see the full options. Okay. Merge is nothing but, let's say you have 2 tables, customer and order, and both are interlinked with each other using order ID or customer ID. Okay, so using that column, let's say, okay, let me show you for the time being. Let me just copy this and paste it. So there are 2 different tables. One is Telco Churn analysis. One is let's say, let me rename it to table 2. Okay, so these are two different tables. Of course, we know that the columns are same, but I'm just showing you how merge query works. Merge query is nothing but joining. You must be knowing about the joins, right? So let's say I'll click on this. I'll click on merge queries. You can see table 2 and everything is visible. Let's say I want to merge based on customer ID. So I'll click on customer ID, click on customer ID. Then you can see it will give you an options. Do you want left outer join? Do you want right outer join? Full join, inner join, left join, right join? I don't have to explain all these things. I assume you know about all these things because these are taught in SQL. In case you don't know, I think this is the right time. You should study because SQL is going to be a mandatory thing for a business analyst or a data analyst. Okay. So once you click on OK, based on that, it will show you, okay, this is the output. Click on OK and a third query will be created. Let me just show you, but it will eat up time. Okay, so I'll not show. So let's delete it and let's move ahead to the EDA part. The main agenda of this video was EDA and we are just getting deviated from the topic. So apply changes. So the data is getting loaded. It will hardly take like 1 or 2 minutes to get loaded. So your data source could be anything. Here I'm using Excel sheet. In your case, if you are directly fetching data from Oracle database or from MySQL or from any sources, more than 90 or 100 sources are being used by Microsoft BI, Power BI. So let's give 1 more minute and then the data will be loaded. Okay, data is loaded. You can see everything is visible here. Okay, now as I already told you that our main agenda is analyzing the people who have churned, right? So first thing is, as I told you, there are 2 things, right? I already told you. First, we need to do categorical analysis. So EDA is majorly handling missing values. outliers, etc., or invalid data types. All these kind of things are basically data cleaning part. Then comes your categorical analysis. If I have some spelling mistakes, just sorry for that. Numerical analysis. Also in categorical analysis, we do have univariate, bivariate, and multivariate. So univariate is analyzing one column. So let's say what I will do is I will just add okay. One second. Okay, I'm adding gender. My screen. Okay. Okay, let me take it here. Things should be okay. So here I'm adding gender, axis gender, and again I'm adding the count of gender. So it's loading. You can see almost 3,555 male and 3,488 female, right? Almost 50-50% ratio data we have for male and female. Data labels. Okay, just turn it on. So this is the original data which we have. Now we need to check for the churned customers. So I have just copy pasted it. And in this particular report, what I will do is I will just add a filter. So add data fields filter. So here I am just selecting the yes, the churned ones, because we need to analyze the churned customers, right? Now you can see, so almost 50-50 ratio gender distribution we have in the original data, and in the churn data also almost same. So gender doesn't have a vital role to play. Okay, so let's keep the gender aside. We'll go to the next column. So gender analysis is done. Okay, let me just close it, not close it. I'll just minimize it, make it smaller so that we have space for some other things. Similarly, we have to analyze for each and every column. Let's say I'm just, let's try to analyze contract type. Okay. Contract type. Of course, this EDA process in Power BI is going to be very difficult because, uh, you know, because it's going to take a lot of time. You have to analyze each and everything, right? So this is the original data. Let me turn on the data labels. So this is how the data label looks like. 3,900 customers are monthly, and 1,700 are 2 yearly, and 1,500 are yearly. So let's try to see the same for the churn customer. So I'll click on this one, and then I'll go to churn, and then I will add it as a filter. Okay, and yes. Now you can see that, well, contract type is an important feature. Why? You can see in the original data, how much records do we have? We had 3,900. Total how much records? Total, let's calculate the total number of records. So to calculate the total number of records, I will use a card. Oh, where is that? And here, let's say randomly I'm choosing anything. I'll just use a count. Okay. Total how much? 7,043 records. Okay. And similarly for churn as yes. Okay. So we have 7,043 records, overall records, 1,869 are churn records. Now, if I want to calculate the percentage, how can I do that? Of course, I can create a new measure. Okay, so what I will be creating is, let's first create step by step. Let's create count of churned customers. Churned count is nothing but I'm counting the total records Okay, let's do this way. I will just do calculate count of this filter table telco churn equals to, I think, yes. Okay, churn count. So when it comes to EDA in Power BI, it takes a lot of time. It depends upon your system configurations. At least for me, my system is bit slowing down because of some issues, but it's okay. Come on yaar, aisa nahi yaar. So I'll create a new card, and in that I will just add the churn count 1869. Similarly, I will just copy paste this. Okay, let's create another new one. So what I will do is I'll create a new measure, and of course just calculating the percentage is dead easy. 1869 divided by 7043, but we want to use Power BI, right? So total count equal to count rows, table name telco. Okay, and just press yes. And once that is done, I'll create the card and just add the total count here. Okay, everything is done. Now I will be calculating the percentage. So I'm just telling you the easiest way of creating this so that it makes your life easier. Percent churn equals to churned count divided by total count into 100, right? And now if I have to use this, so in this particular card, I will be using the churn thing. Sorry, the percentage thing. I will just use percent. Okay, simple. So 26.54%. Let me just use it here itself. Okay, 26.54 is the percentage, churn percent. I am just deleting this, and let me create a small one. So where was I? I was in the calculation of the contract type. So in the contract type, you can see how much percentage is the monthly customers. Almost 3,900 divided by 7043. Almost 55% is your monthly customers, right? But in the churned list, so out of 1700 divided by almost 1869, you can see in the original data we just had 55% of the people who were having the monthly contract, but the people who have left, 90% of the people are monthly contractors. That means they didn't had any contract, so they are free to go, right? So contract type is a very important parameter. Similarly, we have to also analyze various other things. Let's try to analyze, let's try to see senior citizen, because you have to analyze each and everything like this one by one. And this is all about your univariate. Now, once this senior citizen is done, I will also talk about the bivariate, how to analyze two variables. Let's say count. 5,900 are non-senior citizens and 1,100 are your senior citizens. Similarly, if I just copy paste this, and then I will add the filter here that for churn, yes. Now you can see. So what is the ratio? So almost 1100 divided by 7043. Almost 15% are senior citizen. Okay, and here 500 divided by 1900, 1869. See, almost 15% were senior citizens in the original data, but people who have left the company, 26% of the people are non like senior citizen. So that means people who are senior citizen, they are also churning more, right? Similarly, you have to analyze these things one by one. So this is all about your univariate analysis. Now let's go back to the bivariate analysis. So similarly, I'll create one more chart and let's try to analyze gender and contract type. So I'll just add gender in the axis. Let's say I will take churn in the values, count of churn, and then I'll take the monthly sorry, not monthly charges, contract type in the legend. So you can see here, if I just add the label, see, this is not the right visualization to do, but we are just concerned about checking the numbers, right? So you can see that, okay, let me have two such figures. One will be for the original data and one will be for the churn data. So let's add the churn as a filter here. Yes. Now let's try to see gender male, gender female, gender female, gender male. Okay, this data. Okay, let's try to analyze this. So let me open the notepad. How many? Let's first analyze male, original data, male, female, churned data, male, female. Okay, and let's say how many males? How many males? Almost 3,600 males. 3,600 males, and females almost 3,500 females. In churn data, almost 939 males and almost 930 females. Let me just have the exact figures. I'll click on this report, go to data labels, and then change the display unit to none so that I have the exact number. So 3,555, 3,488. And similarly for these graphs also we will have that display units as none, display units as none. Done. Okay, now in the male we will try to differentiate into contracts, right? Monthly contract, yearly contract, 2-yearly contract. Similarly I will do it for females. See, this is a tedious task because you are analyzing multiple columns, right? You are analyzing 2 columns, and once it goes on, you analyze 3 columns, 4 columns, it will be hell lot of messy work. So monthly, how much monthly customers? 1950. How much yearly customers? 755. How much 2-yearly customers? 850. Let's try to analyze just male. Okay, so male churn data 842, sorry, 813. Male, monthly 813, yearly 91, 2-yearly how much? The data is not visible, 26. Okay, now let's try to calculate the percentage. How much monthly customers? 1950 divided by 3555, 54%. 54%. How much yearly customers? 755 divided by 3555, 21%. 21%. And rest is 75. 25%, is it? 850 divided by yes, 24% almost. Okay, so almost 24%. This is the original data. Now let's try to see the churn data. 9813 divided by 939, 86%. Oh my god, 86%. Yearly data 91 divided by 939, 9%, 9%, and this is almost 5%, 5 or 4%, whatever it is. Okay. Similarly, for females, let's try to check the values for females. Monthly customers 19, 19, 25, 25, 718, 718, 845, 845. Similarly, for churn data 813, 91, and 20. Oh, sorry, 842. My bad, 842, 75, and what is this? 22. 22, right? 22. Okay, now let's calculate. 1925 divided by 3488, 55%. 55%. 718 divided by 3488, 20%. 20%. 55, 75, almost at 24%. Okay, 24, 25%. Churn data 842 divided by 930, 90%. 90%. 75 divided by 930, 8%. And this is 2%. So our initial insight from the univariate analysis was monthly customers are more likely to churn, right? And from the gender data, we were telling that gender has no no such importance, because it was 50-50 ratio, right? But after this dual variate analysis, after this bivariate analysis, we can see that female monthly customers are more likely to churn as compared to the male monthly customers, right? This is the new insight, right? 90%, here just 86%. Similarly, you can also write male 2-yearly customers are more likely to churn as compared to the female 2-yearly customers, right? And similarly, this particular thing goes on. Bivariate, three variates, multivariate, all these things goes on. And this is how you need to analyze it. And let's say I want to analyze age. Let's say I have tenure, right? So what I will do is I will just create a new graph. So categorical analysis, I hope you understood. And in case you don't, maybe yes, you just need some more time to understand EDA. Once you understand EDA end to end, I think you can just apply those learnings in any kind of use cases and your life will be easier, right? So let's wait till my Power BI is active. Okay, so I will use area chart. Where is my area chart? Here. Man, इतना slow. Okay, so I have grabbed this area chart, area or line chart, whatever it is. And then what I will do is I will use the tenure axis. And then what I want, the values, how many are churned, count of churned, and I just want it for the churned customer. So I just want it for yes. Okay, now you can see, of course, with 0 values, I think this is quite visible properly that as the tenure increases, your churn rate, the count of churns is decreasing, right? You can see 380, then this is quite evident. So in case, let's say in case, what happens in some cases is that in your numerical analysis, you see a up and down graph, right? So in that, if you are not able to see the pattern, so what should we do? What should we do? We have to create bins out of it, right? Let's say you go to transform, and here, let's say I'm just showing you how to create bins, and you have tenure, right? And what you can do is add column, add a conditional column, and this is nothing but your derived matrix. You are deriving a new column, and let's say I'll write it as tenure bins. If tenure is greater than 50, then greater than 50. If tenure is greater than 20, then 20 to 50, right? Else if tenure is greater than, or else it's less than, is less than, let's do it greater than 0, greater than or equals to, 0, then 0 to 20, 0 to 20. Just I'm showing you, and once you click on OK, you can see bins are created. So again, you have to go to home and apply, close and apply, and then so instead of this, so it's applying. So instead of this, if I just copy paste this, copy paste, you can and here instead of tenure, I will just change it to tenure bins. Tenure bins. Tenure, sorry. Tenure bins. Okay. So this is how it looks like. Now, of course, area chart won't look good here. So you can just convert it into bars. And now you can see that like, no, okay, so it's quite visible. So this is how you can derive your metrics, and this is how you can perform your ADA. And once your insights are created, then you just note down your insights, and using that insights, you can create your dashboard. So that is all about the ADA part. And in case you need anything, any specific things, if I missed it out, let me know, and I'll probably have a video on that. And the next part is nothing but we will be creating the dashboard. So I already have created dashboard. As you can already see, my Power BI desktop is very slow, so I cannot create it on the spot, but I will tell you exact steps how to create a dashboard and how I created it end to end, so that you understand. And then once our dashboard is done, we will also publish it and see who can have an access, who can embed the reports in some websites. All these things we can see. That's it for today's video, guys. Not for today's video, this is for this particular part. Just stay tuned for the next part, which will be on the dashboarding part, and that's going to be very important because that's the major thing for a business analyst, right, or a data analyst, to create beautiful visualizations, to create beautiful dashboards. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe the video. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe it and hit the bell icon to get notified. And thank you. Bye bye.